It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show.
And now the host, Calvin Logan.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan, and I thank you for watching another interesting and dynamic show here at the Logan Power Show. So I don't want you to say anything else, but hey, get your pen, your pad ready, get excited with all the smiles like me smiling, because I got with you a man, a person's own heart who's going to change your life when he speaks here at the Logan Power Show. He's been doing some things when it comes to creative, innovative things when it comes to filming and regards to religious filming. Not only religious filming, but bringing things to life that we always talk about, dreams that have become realities. And so right now he's taking his production. Not only has he been doing it on the stage play, but we believe it's going to be on the big screen, streaming real soon to a theaters near you. I got one and only. He's the founder of For the Kingdom Productions, LLC, the one and only my friend, Mr. Dennis L. King. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, thank you for being here in the Logan Power Show. We want to talk about your endeavors, your treasure chest. You have been doing for the past couple of years, have gotten involved in production when it comes to stage plays and plays that have really revolutionized people's lives. And you started this foundation that's becoming sort of phenomenon. How did that come about? When did you say, like, hey, For the Kingdom Productions LLC was being found? What came with that name and what got you started?
Well, growing up in the church, I was always involved in different things from music to the arts, of course. And when I moved to Charleston, is when I started really finding my voice as a writer. And I used to write little skits and stuff like that. And as time went on, I remember I was in CC's Pizza, and with a lady who I was dating at the time, and this was around 2013, 2013, 2012, somewhere around that time. And we were talking, and I just said to her, I said, you know what? I want to do a play, but I want to do it under my name, and she was like, do it. And well, I put the research in and found out how to get my business license and whatnot. And when I was the thing is, when I was thinking of the name, they were saying, I was like, what can I do that speaks when you say the name? And when I thought about it, everything I do is for the kingdom. So that's when For the Kingdom Productions came in.
Absolutely. Yes, and when you think about what you are doing for the Kingdom Productions, where do you see this going?
Well, when I first started doing the plays, it was always stage. Just that's why was my main focus. But when I started seeing that we were growing, the audience was getting bigger. When I noticed that the subject matters were getting more depth, as they say, and we were really starting to get a lot of people, who saying, listen, your plays are funny, or like, man, I really learned something from your play, or like, it really touched my heart. I said, man, this could be bigger than what it is. So my goal is now, after I've got a couple of projects I've written, after I do these next couple stage plays, my goal is to test the screen out, man. I think it's time for me to go to that next level.
Yeah. Well, you know me, I'm all about doing the next level and connecting with people who are doing the right thing. So we'll definitely talk about that off air, about what we can do. The last project, Illusions, with Tony Grant, who's with Tyler Perry Projects, and you got that big, huge, you got the heavyweight actor with you. Tell us how that came about, because normally when it comes to stage plays of that magnitude, you're not able to always get someone who's been in the game and now you're just making things. So what came with the title Illusions?
Well, when when the idea came to me to write it, it wasn't at first. It wasn't Illusions. I think I had something else. I can't remember the name of it. But when in the midst of me thinking of the title, and we went on the way with Illusions, I wanted, sometimes when you see an illusion, you see one thing, but then it's something else. You know what I'm saying? And not to give too much away, but in the play Illusions, that's what his character was. And when in some people's lives, you have a man who's a family man, he has a great job. He's a professional, well-known attorney. He's flying around. He got like all type of all of his people he represented, like movie stars, and he makes money. Very successful, beautiful family, but he has a alter side that nobody knows about. You know what I'm saying? And so when it all come together, I said I need a man who's going to play this role, who can make the good side and the bad side, and people believe it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where Mr. Tony Grant came in, and you won't believe how I met him. I had seen him in a lot of plays and stuff. I said I grew up the way, when you want something, you speak life to it, and that's how that seed is planted. And I said to myself, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get that guy to play. And this was like 2015, and time went on, and I started reaching out to different people. And I was trying to see how I could find his representation. Well, one of my Facebook friends and one of my old schoolmates happened to be Facebook friends with me. So I found the page, and I hit him up. I sent him an email through his thing, and a couple of weeks later, I get a phone call, but I was unable to answer. I was doing something. I heard the voicemail. It was him. I was like, oh man. So after calling my mama and letting her know what happened, and one of my partners letting them know what happened, I called him. We talked. I sent him the script. He read it. He said it was one of the best scripts he's ever read, and he was like, he wanted to be down, and we went on from there.
Wow. Well, it's amazing that you've done so many things. You've done massive plays. You've transcended some things that people thought you never could do, and to really put it into light. Just to give people an idea, when you write, and then I'm gonna put it on a play. What does that process look like? What's the time frame? Like, hey, I got an idea, I'm gonna start writing it. How long does it take for you to get the idea to paper and put it through the acts? Normally for you, how long does it normally take you to get that
done? Putting it down on paper is not hard. The hardest part is normally coming up with a good concept. Thinking of something that, okay, let's do this. No, somebody's done that. Let's do this. No, they just did that on. That's the hard part. And but once you get a good concept, I know the plot line. Okay, this is what we're doing, and I write out and I make out the characters. It's a piece of cake. And I just let's say if this was my full-time job as a writer, nothing else, I can knock it out in a month or two. I can knock it out in a month or two. But sometimes, but it all depends also on how he's using me. Sometimes with certain situations, I may have to do research or something because I want to make sure I'm right. I might, when I'm talking about domestic violence or stuff like that, I want to make sure I'm right with the statistics and stuff. When we talk about some of the pain that people go through, I want to make sure I talk to somebody who's went through this so I can really put myself in the shoes of the character and bring it out, and I want to make sure I'm not giving anybody like that's not real. And we for the Kingdom Productions, everything we touch on, if it didn't happen to me or somebody close to me, we know somebody it's happened to. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the best example. Okay, listen, this happened to this person here, and now they're living in their purpose. Now they're living in their fullness. They can get through it. You can get through it too. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey. Definitely
Well, I know it's a
definitely.
journey. I know it's a journey. I know it takes a while to actually put pen to the pad.
Mhm.
Now, did you ever see yourself doing this? 'Cause I know a lot of times when you're a writer, that means you were good in school in writing, English reading. That's one of the key concepts. You're like, oh man, I'm gonna write me
Right,
a play or I'm gonna do me a movie on, and it's not
right.
always easy. Were you a great writer back in high school? Or you ever see yourself like, man, I'm gonna do this when I grow up?
What's funny about that? I never thought I was gonna be a writer, even though whenever I did essays and stuff like that, I aced them. My teachers used to be amazed. I would draw it out for them and easy, write it out. Here you go. And I actually took drama in high school, and I took it for the wrong reason. Drama was mostly girls, so I was like, hey, yeah, we gonna take drama class. And man, I tried my best to get up out that class. That lady would not let me out that class for nothing. But like I said, when I moved to Charleston, because I came under here under duress, I had some problems where I was from, and I had to get up out of there. And I didn't. When I moved here, I didn't have nothing to do. So, like that. That's when Tyler Perry was really popular. I mean, like really, them plays was just coming. And like I said, I used to just start writing little stories, and my cousin told me, he was like, "This sounds like a play or a movie." And it was just then I just started really trying to write them. But no, to answer your question, I never thought I'd be a writer. That's the last thing from my mind.
Absolutely. I always want to ask because a lot of times, when you say it's a God-given gift, that's what you got. Some people
Oh
say, oh
yeah,
man, oh man, oh man, I was, I just knew. But you say if I written well in school, but
mm-hmm,
saying I'm gonna put it on this kind of context, you're like, I don't know
mm-hmm.
if I'm there.
No,
Now, you
no,
focus more on the believer side of how you do your actual method of your plays. It's not
right.
mostly you bring some real life settings into it, but it's all
Mm-hmm,
believer based, and you
mm-hmm.
never strayed away. Have you ever
No.
had that itch or the urge? A lot of times you've seen many people, they come in a church setting to do stuff, but then
Mm-hmm.
that that enticing of dollars say, hey, if you spend it this way, I promise you're gonna see these type of things. What has stopped you from shifting and always staying on focus?
Well, I have it definitely has come, and um, that's why I'm glad for my support system, my team. Um, because I was like, I remember having the conversation before I wrote Illusions. I was like, do I need to go more secular? And do and I'm like, well, if I'm doing all that and I just change everything I'm doing, I can't be for the kingdom production because even though I'm going to do things that's going in the world, I can't. It's a line that I can't cross. You know what I'm saying? We can't. You can't be lukewarm. You either hot or you cold, as they say.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't judge nobody else on what they do, but with the name for the kingdom production, it's a standard that I have to live by. And I'm old school. And my mom used to always tell me, Mama, grandmama, auntie, don't play with God. And that thing sticks with me to this day. It sticks with me to this day. And my wife will tell you, I've written plays and like I'll let her read a little bit here and there because she got to see it when everybody else come out too, just like everybody else. But she'll be like, oh no, that's too. And after I sit down and I read it, and you like to the world, oh, they'll love it. It's gonna be, but it's promoting the wrong thing. And see, I feel as black people, we have to quit promoting just anything. We accept anything, especially when it's trash, down in people, down in our culture, down to who we are as black people. And I'd be watching these shows, I'd be like, black people, everybody ain't living like this. I'm from the hood. I ain't grow up like this.
Yeah,
We didn't have
gotcha,
nothing at one time. But I
yeah,
mean, come on, man. It's exaggerated too much. And
got you.
that's why I like some of the plays I do. Like I told you, how in Illusions, we had the father in the home and doing well. There's black families out there that are doing well, man. Everybody's not poor. Yeah.
Oh, you speaking, you speaking the truth, my brother. You speaking the truth.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
one thing I would say for you, because I want people to get this, and I want to finish off on a high note. Where where exactly do you see this going when it's all said and done? When they say you, Mr. Dennis King, um, the Four Kingdom Productions, where do you want to see this actually grow to or finalize when it's all said and done?
Uh, uh, well, Tyler has paved the way, and I ain't gonna lie, I like the way he's sitting with his own production studio.
Yeah,
I want to be the next black entrepreneur with his own studio,
got it.
and I want to be able to open doors for other people. Um, Cap, you've been out here for a minute, so you know how it is to people not believe in you and say no to you and you know and some it hurts, but when you got a dream, when you got something inside you that they got to come out, man. No matter how many doors slam in your face, that means I got to knock on some more. And if they don't get answered, I know the Father going. So my goal, my studio ain't got to be as big as Tyler's. I just need it big enough to get some good content out, man. And I want to start how um how we know how we have Netflix, but I want to get my own streaming service of Christian based TV shows. Just I mean, from anywhere from cartoons to sitcoms to movies, drama, suspense. All of it's going to be under the Christian umbrella, but they're going to be in their own genres because I feel we can do that. But at the end, we need a result. I remember growing up watching TV. Whenever you saw a show, a TV show, Cosby show, whatever, it was funny, but every episode had a message, and you could pick it out clear as day. We don't have that no more. We don't
Gotcha.
have it. No message. And I just feel like we as black people, when somebody said something to me the other day, we were talking about TV shows and movies and stuff like that. He said TV programs. He said he like, you know what? He said all they do is a program. All they do is program people to think this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I thought about that thing. I said, you know what? When a man like me, I want to change their narrative. If I can program them to look at Christ as the answer, I'm doing my job.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Well, again, my brother, my hats off to you. I salute you for what you're doing. I pray everyone who's watching to know that you're watching a legend. He's going to be doing some great things. I want to
Thank you, brother.
also partner with some great people, and I got some great ideas. So stay tuned to what Mr. Dennis L. King is doing, because he's going to do some things for the kingdom. And like I said,
Mhm.
everybody knows for the kingdom, the Logan Power Show. We both nationwide, worldwide. Hey, we love y'all,
Yes, sir.
and we'll see you soon.
Wait a minute. Do I need to remind you that I'm the first lady of Temple of Deliverance, Mount Baptist Church?
You need some deliverance.
Oh, let me talk about you and your husband.
Hey, let me tell you something. Tina is not your enemy. She is only trying to help you.
Help me? Help me what, Erica?
Help you leave.
Leave? Leave who? The bishop? Now, why would I do a stupid thing like that? What? Do you really think there's something going on, Erica?
Hey, cops! Do you really think that there's not something going on? Jesus. Do you really think that you are worth some man putting his hands on you? Beating you for God's sake. Don't you know you're worth more than that, baby? First lady, your value is so far above rubies that you don't even know it. Live in that and believe in that.
Christina Ramona Cartwright, I don't
What?
know what you're talking about.
God, I tried, but I'm done. Honey, if something is going on, I pray that you would tell me. You know my parents didn't raise any fools. Now, if Eric is raising his hands at you,
Erica, enough. I'm done.
I don't even really know what else to say. That girl there's in trouble and she doesn't even see it. Love ain't that blind if you can't see it, huh? I know you think that you love him. I know you think that he cares. You're just trying to save him, but you don't even know you're really there. You can listen alive. This is food for thought. Baby, you ain't that blind to see I'm your queen. You're too blind to see. We're just trying to help. Gotta think for yourself and alone. You know that you gotta lead. You can listen all night. This is food for thought. You can stay and die. You can leave us alive. But I ain't trying to save you no more. No, it's your choice. I ain't trying to save you. No. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her.
It's the Logan Power Show. Inspirational and motivational. It's the Logan Power Show. Informational to help you grow. Logan Power Show.